Hey everyone, it's Miriam here at the Paper Wheel Studio. Welcome today to my video, and welcome to my new subscribers. I have a couple new subscribers that appeared overnight, so welcome to you. I'm glad you found me, and please continue to like and share my videos so that others can find me as well. I'm trying to grow my following on YouTube. So help me out and try to share my videos. If you're not already subscribed and you just found me, then please subscribe and come along and journey with me. Today, I just want to take a little bit of time. I'm playing around in my craft room, just doing some random things. And I found this glue. I ordered this off of Temu. It is a water-based, can you see it good? It's kind of hard to, there we go. Is a water-based sealant and top coat adhesive. Water-based glues, sealants, and top coats adhesive, sealants, and water-based surface treatments. It's a 4-ounce container. I would say in looking at this and when I purchased it, it says that the cure time is 48 hours, dry time of 1 hour. So I'll probably record this in segments. You can use this on, I'll read them all off here to you. I have to turn it up so I can read it, but it says cotton, glass, vinyl, leather, puzzles, fabric, canvas, metal, ceramic, cardboard, paper, wood, plastic, stone, and more. So we're going to test this stuff out and see how it compares to regular old Modpodge. There's also a lot of different collage mediums out there. So we're just going to try this and see how it does. I've got some things I want to collage on my desk. It is a thinner consistency, I believe, than Modpodge. Well, maybe not. Felt like it, but it just kind of is gloopy-like consistency. It almost looks, it's kind of, you can kind of see through it a little bit. It's almost translucent. And it should dry translucent. So let's just try Mod Podging over some envelopes and things over here. I got some that I wanted to seal. So we'll just give this stuff a try and see how it works. I do have a napkin here, and I'm just going to kind of lay this down. That way I don't get my desk all messed up, because I can be pretty messy when I do my crafting on here. So I'm just going to apply a coat. I'm going to be a little liberal with it. I want this stuff to seal well. It looks like it's probably going to have not a real matte finish, but not a super glossy finish either. So let's just see what we get here. No way to know. I'm going to apply it in both directions because I'm hoping to get, you know, under any little edges of washi tape that could be sticking up. But I also don't want to have a big old glob, so when it dries, I have, you know, a big, like that. See how I've got that there? It's easy to do that with this brush, and I don't want to have a big glob like that in one place. So just spreading it out. Looks like I got plenty enough on here at this point. And this is an envelope that I took apart, one of the brighter envelopes. I took it apart and use washi tape stickers. I believe they also came from Temu. Not quite hard. They might have come from Amazon. I find that some of the items that you can get from Temu you can also purchase on Amazon. However, the Temu is a much cheaper price. Don't tell Amazon I said that, but it is. I do purchase a lot of my items on Amazon simply because it is a quicker way to get them. If you purchase from Temu, you can get them much quicker on Amazon. You do pay a little bit more on the cost. And if you don't want to order from overseas, you can use the Amazon. I have a storefront that I'll be linking for you. But the other part of that is, even if it's on Amazon, I believe some of that ships from overseas as well. So you just got to read and figure out if you have a problem with ordering things from there. All right, looks like I got it all covered. I'm just gonna lay it up here to the side. I am gonna give it its full hour, and then probably I'll go 24 hours, because it doesn't have to be completely fully cured, I don't believe. But if it's not in 24, I'll look at it again. This is just an envelope that I used a glue stick and collage some papers down on. It had something on it. It was a striped pink. I left the pink and just kind of used some of my digital pieces on here, and I kind of, again, like to seal it. I seem to be too far forward again. Let me see what I can do here for you. There we go. How's that? Hopefully that is better and you can see better. And some of my ends are coming up on this, so I want to make sure I get this one very good along the edges, so I can get it glued down as well, because this does have adhesive in it as well as sealants, and it will help to keep your edges from popping up all the time. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I glue or collage, if I simply use a glue stick and don't go back, oh, the string came off, but we can always add that back on there. Wasn't tied on at the top anyway. I think it was just stuck with the glue. Anyway, I started saying, I don't know about you, but when I do glue papers down simply with a glue stick, I do have a little trouble sometimes in getting it to stay down on the edges, probably because I'm an impatient crafter and I want it to dry quickly, and I want to get done with some of the things I'm working on because I want to work on more crafting things. So I'm going to slip some under there and just push that back down with my little spatula thing here. And be careful if you're doing an envelope or anything that you don't want to glue it shut. So just bring this all over. And I just did a not very smart thing either when you're doing an envelope. How am I going to lay this down here? And you got to also make sure that you leave room around these if you're planning on using a string again on them. The other option is that you could put a brad in there, which is probably what I will come back and do, because there's no way to really prevent that on the bottom when you have all that sealant on there. So I'll probably just put a brad in there and use that for fastening. Might even do the same on the top. All right, since I got all excited and put it on both sides, I'm going to try to lean it up for it to dry here somewhere on my desk. It does have the little side top on it, so that worked out. I can do that. And I'm going to use my cloth here and just wipe my hands off a little bit because they're already getting icky sticky. Okay, let's do some more here. The napkin is already sticky, so I'll just do this, and when I'm finished, I'll just wipe it up. It should clean up with soap and water. Even after it dries, it doesn't seal things like this off so much, as long as you get it before it's, probably before it cures for 48 hours, I would say. Alright, so again, I'm just putting this over the top just because I like how it looks. You'll notice that some of the ink that I had around this is kind of bleeding into it, which actually gives you a really neat effect because it gives you that pink hue. So I'm just going to go one way and then go the other way. I like to be cognizant of where my brush strokes are. Oh, I sound really smart when I say cognizant. Oh. I just like to know how my brush strokes all go in the same way. So we'll lay this one over here somewhere to the side. Work and dry. Oh, I got a goober. It's just one of those little things that looks like a little trail of too much sealant. We'll call this sealant because it really doesn't have an official name on here. It just says water-based glue. There's no name. It's like, it's stuff. I bet you this is actually maybe sold under a different price, under a different name. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off and clean this off a bit before I do another one, because I don't want to spread the pink ink from the first. So, alrighty. I've also got this card here. And though it's not decorated or anything, I thought it'd be really cool just to kind of seal this down before I go and decorate it. I just like the way it looks when the stuff dries. I have not, this is my first time using this rather than Modpodge. Of course, the cost is significantly less than regular Modpodge because there's no name brand on here, probably. I'll look at it in a moment and see if there's any date or copyright or anything like that in fine print towards the bottom, like that tells where it's made or anything like that. So we're going to put that on there. I'm kind of putting a thinner coat on this one because I just want to see, I just want a little bit different texture, so it really doesn't need completely sealed. I just want to give it a little bit different texture on one side. Alright, we'll lay this aside. It is a very thin coat. If it doesn't work, we can come back. I noticed my paper is not warping any more than it would with any other wet type substance that you brush on something. I got one more little envelope on here that we're going to do. And we'll let these dry. We'll let these dry. And that didn't make me sound very smart, now did it? We'll let these dry and come back to them. Alright, so on something like this, I would probably keep it only to the outside of the envelope. And when I do this, if you're afraid you can't get that edge very well, then slip a little piece of paper under there. You want to be real careful you don't end up gluing your envelope shut. I usually just put a little bit less glue up on that part of it. And did you notice I did it again, but I will figure out how to lean this one up to dry as well. Again, it cures in 48 hours. However, it is dry, it says, in 1 hour. So I would say if you put this on plastic, you probably want to get it cleaned up before that 48-hour time. Or you might have a hard time getting it cleaned off of whatever you want to clean it off of. Okay, now I'm going to go along the edges here as well and make sure that there's a little bit on the edges without there being a lot. You just kind of have to play with it a little bit. And so I don't end up closing my envelope and getting stuff all over me. I probably should have done the edges first. That way you have, but I just put my finger in the envelope and you can hold it that way. Alrighty. Well, folks, that's what I've got here that needed collage for now. So I wanted to try this out, see how it works, and I will be back in a bit after I have given this much time to dry. However, for you it should only be a matter of seconds. So I'll see you once they dry.